Let me take you back to a moment that changed everything. Imagine you're deep in the woods, no phone signal, no noise, no people, just you and the silence. Your heartbeat becomes the loudest sound in the world. Your breath is the only rhythm that matters. And then suddenly it happens, a whisper not from your ear, but from within. A presence, familiar but ancient, surrounds you, and you realize you're not just a person, you are chosen. But chosen for what? That is the question that starts the journey. And that's what we're about to uncover. The 7 secret powers that prove you're not just a black person, but a black chosen one. We, as black people, carry something in our bones that no history book can define. We carry rhythm in our walk, thunder in our voice, and galaxies in our skin. We've survived centuries of storms, and yet we still rise like the sun that never forgot its purpose. But have you ever wondered why we always rise, no matter what? It's because something eternal lives inside us. Something most people only feel once in a lifetime, if ever. That something is your first secret power, spiritual memory, not the kind you read about, but the kind that wakes you up at 3 a.m. and makes you stare at the ceiling, wondering why you feel older than your age, why you feel like you've been here before. That's not coincidence, that's memory. Soul memory. You ever see a child who can dance like they lived in the 70s or speak wisdom like they've been here for generations? That's not talent. That's ancient data. We're not starting from scratch, we're remembering. That's why when you hear a drum beat, something in your chest unlocks. When you hear a chant, a call, a name, something in your blood answers. And the deeper you go into yourself, the more you realize we were never meant to forget. The system was designed to make us forget who we are. But your power is in remembrance. So ask yourself this: what have you been remembering that no one taught you? The second secret power is divine resistance. We resist and survive things that would break other people into dust. You ever wonder why the world keeps trying to erase us, but we multiply? Why even in the face of pain, we create beauty, music, art, slang, style, soul. That's not just survival, that's sacred defiance. The chosen ones don't just endure, we transform. We don't just adapt, we bend reality. When someone tells you no, you create your own lane. And that's not ego, that's destiny. The universe doesn't give us easy paths because it gave us the power to carve them out ourselves. What are you carving? Now, if you've ever felt like you don't belong anywhere, like no one really gets you, that's not loneliness, that's your third secret power, spiritual isolation. The chosen one is often alone, not because their energy is different. Your frequency is tuned to the next dimension, while most people are still stuck in the first. So you walk alone, not because you're lost, but because you're ahead. You speak truth, and people say you're crazy. You feel things before they happen. You know the vibe before the words are spoken. That's not paranoia, that's perception. And you've had it since birth. So what do you do with that isolation? You turn it into intimacy with your soul, your ancestors, and the divine. The silence you feel around you is actually the space being cleared for your elevation. The fourth power is one most people reject, but the chosen one must embrace: pain alchemy. Every tear you've cried, every betrayal you've survived, every heartbreak you've healed from, it wasn't wasted. Pain is not your punishment. It's your initiation. The universe uses pain like a sculptor uses a chisel. It breaks what is false so the truth can shine. That's why your pain feels different. It's not just emotional, it's ancestral. You're not just healing your wounds, you're healing your bloodline. Every time you choose forgiveness over bitterness, you're breaking a generational curse. Every time you choose to keep going, you're rewriting history. So ask yourself this: what if your pain was not the end, but the beginning of your purpose?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
When you begin to look at your life through this lens, you start to see synchronicities everywhere. Numbers that repeat, dreams that come true, people entering your life right when you need them. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. You're being guided, and that leads us to the fifth secret power: energetic sensitivity. You feel everything. The room changes when you walk in. You know when someone's lying, even if they smile. You absorb other people's emotions like a sponge. That's not weakness, that's spiritual technology. Your energy is your compass. But you have to protect it. Not everyone deserves your vibration. You must learn spiritual boundaries. Who gets access to your light? Who drains you? Who nourishes you? What emotions are yours, and which ones belong to someone else? That's how you master your energy instead of being mastered by it. You still with me? Because now we get into something deeper. The sixth power is vision beyond sight. You see things that haven't happened yet. You dream of people you haven't met. You feel pulled towards places you've never been. That's not imagination, that's prophecy. The chosen ones are seers, not because they predict the future, but because they remember the future. Time is not linear for us, it's circular. You loop through lifetimes, gathering fragments of knowledge, and now, in this lifetime, you're being asked to activate. You've had hints and glimpses. You've seen your higher self in meditation, in dreams, in déjà vu. But the real question is, what are you going to do with what you see? And finally, the seventh secret power, the one that ties them all together: ancestral connection. You are never alone. I repeat, you are never alone. Your bloodline is a temple. Your DNA is a library. Every ancestor that walked this earth before you walks with you now. They survived so you could thrive. Their prayers are still echoing in your heartbeat. You are the harvest of their suffering and the prophecy of their joy. When you feel a sudden chill or hear a whisper in the wind or feel guided for no reason at all, that's them. That's your tribe. That's your counsel. But they only step in when you listen. Are you listening? Each of these seven powers isn't something you earn. They are things you uncover. They live in you already. They've always been there. And the more you awaken, the more you begin to realize you were never meant to live a normal life. That's why you never fit in. That's why you keep searching. That's why life feels bigger than what people offer you. Because you are not meant to follow. You are meant to lead. Not from ego, but from essence. You are a black chosen one. Not because someone told you, but because the universe showed. So let me ask you a question. The kind of question that can't be answered with words, only with energy. What would change in your life if you fully accepted that you are chosen? Not halfway. Not when it's convenient, but fully, completely. What would you start doing? What would you stop tolerating? Who would you become? Let that question sit in your spirit. Let it rattle your bones. Let it wake you up at night and whisper to you in the morning. Because in part 2, we're going even deeper. You've heard the powers, but now I'll show you how to use them. How to activate them in your daily life, how to become the living embodiment of the prophecy your ancestors made when they whispered your name into the wind. Now that you know the secret powers within you, the next step is activation. Knowledge without action is like lightning with no thunder. It lights up for a moment but never shakes the ground. To be chosen is not a title. It is a responsibility. The world is full of people with potential, but the chosen are those who respond to the call. That call, that whisper you've been hearing in your soul, it's not your imagination. It's your invitation. And now the real work begins. Because power without mastery becomes destruction. So let's go deeper. Let's turn these powers into practice and this calling into clarity. Starting with your spiritual memory. You felt it, that pull towards something ancient, something deeply familiar. Maybe it came in the form of a dream about a place you've never visited, or a sudden knowing that couldn't be explained. That's your memory stretching beyond this lifetime. But how do you activate it? You listen, you meditate, you write down your dreams, you fast, you unplug. You sit under trees and talk to the wind like your ancestors did. You stop treating your intuition like a guess and start honoring it like truth. The more you trust it, the louder it becomes. And soon, what once felt like whispers will become instructions. You'll remember who you were before the world told you who to be. As your memory awakens, so does your divine resistance. But resistance doesn't always look like protest. Sometimes it looks like peace. Sometimes resistance is choosing joy in a system that profits from your pain. Sometimes it's building a business when the world said you'd never be more than a statistic. Every act of creation is an act of rebellion. Every time you speak your truth, you're disrupting false narratives. Your existence is resistance. But the key is to resist with purpose, not just pain. Rage can burn everything, but wisdom builds. So ask yourself, what am I building with my resistance? Is it rooted in ego or elevation? Is it reaction or revolution? The chosen one resists not just to survive, but to reshape the world. Now let's talk about spiritual isolation. This one is hard. Because when you walk a divine path, you will lose people. Friends who don't understand your growth. Family who fear your transformation. Lovers who can't match your frequency. And it hurts. It feels like abandonment, but it's not. It's alignment. The higher you go, the fewer people can breathe at your altitude. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. In your solitude, something sacred happens. You meet yourself. You meet the version of you that's not shaped by fear or expectation. And in that meeting, you begin to merge with your purpose. So don't run from the silence. Learn to dance with it. Sit with your spirit until it speaks. Because when you come out of that isolation, you'll no longer need validation. You'll be embodied. And then comes the pain alchemy. The sacred transformation. You've been through things that should have broken you. Abuse, betrayal, poverty, racism, rejection, and yet you're still here. But not just here, wiser, stronger, softer. That's alchemy. Turning scars into scriptures, turning trauma into testimony. But here's the secret. You have to feel it to heal it. You can't bypass your pain with fake positivity. You can't spiritualize your wounds away. You must sit in the fire, cry the tears, scream the rage, and then rise. Not as a victim, but as a vessel. Your pain is your teacher. Your pain is your credential. And when you alchemize it, you become a healer. Not just for yourself, but for others who are still in the darkness you escaped. So ask yourself, what part of your pain are you still afraid to turn into power? The next activation is your energetic sensitivity. The world teaches us to toughen up, to numb ourselves, to stop feeling so much. But your sensitivity is divine. You are a spiritual antenna. You pick up frequencies others miss. You feel when something is off, even if no one says a word. But sensitivity without boundaries is suffering. So here's the wisdom. Protect your energy like it's sacred currency, because it is. Cleanse yourself regularly. Sage your space. Take spiritual baths. Cut cords with people who drain you. Say no without guilt. Meditate daily to reset your vibration. And remember, not everyone deserves access to your aura. Your sensitivity is not your weakness. It's your superpower. But it must be trained. So ask yourself, where am I leaking energy? And what's the cost of keeping that door open? Then, the power of vision beyond sight begins to bloom. You'll start seeing symbols in your surroundings. You'll get answers before you ask the question. You'll feel guided not by logic but by knowing. That's your third eye opening. But here's the truth. Vision requires discipline. You must clear the fog, the lies, the distractions, the toxic habits so you can see clearly. Keep a dream journal. Study sacred texts. Learn about your lineage. Pray with your ancestors. Speak your vision out loud. Write it down like it already happened, because your words are spells, your thoughts are blueprints, and your imagination is a portal. So build with intention. Ask yourself, what vision is trying to be born through me? And what must I release to make room for it to manifest? Finally, the most sacred power, ancestral connection. Your ancestors are not in the past. They are in you. Every time you laugh, one of them remembers joy. Every time you cry, one of them feels release. Every time you rise, they rise with you. But this power must be invited. You have to call them. Offer them water. Light a candle. Speak their names. Thank them. Ask for guidance. Build an altar if you can. Or just sit in silence and whisper, I'm ready. Because they've been waiting. They are your spiritual team. Your unseen army. And when you remember them, you remember yourself. So ask yourself, what legacy am I continuing? And what legacy am I creating? Now you know the 7 powers. You've always had them. But now you're aware. And awareness is the first step to mastery. But don't just watch this video and nod your head. Don't just feel inspired and do nothing. Let this be the moment where you shift, where you make decisions like a chosen one, where you walk like your ancestors are watching, because they are, where you speak like the world is listening, because it is. You are not here to fit in. You are here to wake people up, to be a lighthouse for the lost, a signal for the sacred, and a fire the darkness cannot extinguish. So I'll leave you with one final question. It's not rhetorical. It's the kind of question that will either haunt you or heal you, depending on how you answer it. If you died tomorrow, would your soul feel like it fulfilled its mission or just survived its circumstances? You are a black chosen one, and the world has been waiting for you to remember. The time is now. Awaken, Reese. Read.